Hey family, today we got a sheet from my brother here who just got out of federal prison, and he gave me a sheet that was very important. I think that y'all need to hear, and it states the 10 highest paying jobs for felons, and most of us just getting out of prison from state or federal prison. These guidelines are going to help you, and it was just ironic that we're a welding class right now, and the top one is welding. The second one is electrician. Then you got HVAC, carpentry, oil field, truck driver, marketing, entrepreneur. And the one thing about that one that hit me, because that's what we all are anyway, entrepreneurs, but you can't just go get a job and say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. How much can I make an hour? It don't work like that. It don't work like that. I mean, we really have to put something together. So if you got the skills, and you put the skill set with the entrepreneurism, right? That's how you win. Right. You know, like you was talking like your friend, you said the dude's the trucking. You put your welding with his skills with the trucking, y'all form a company that's entrepreneurship. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. But we can't reinvent the wheel, fam. So we got to have a skill. And then the last one was online freelancing and warehouse worker. Now warehouse worker gonna range from Amazon to, you know what I'm saying, the big Walmart plants, just, you know, forklifts to stocking shelves or whatever. But a lot of times when you're dealing with certain trades like that don't require any skill set, you ain't gonna make a lot of money. You know what I mean? So when you think about the money wise, let's just say for the top 5, we're gonna keep it in the top 5, which is welder, electrician, HVAC, carpenter, and oil field. So, for my personal experience, I got a friend of mine that got out of prison, out of federal prison, right. And his first job, he was on the oil field. And he actually ended up in the contract, and all he did was had to go out there and watch the people. He had to spend a lot of hours. Right. So it was like, he might be out there 14, 16 hours a day, 12 hours a day. Yeah, he was out there but he was making some crazy money, right. But that's all he did. And he was with a guy, and he was like the helper. So when they was doing something, he had to stand there, make sure everything done, like the fire watch, right. You know what I'm saying? But he made decent money. I think he said doing that, he was in the teens, and then he was making all that overtime. He was making like $18, $19. Right. But he wasn't doing like no physical work. He was just right. Out there, standing, you know, holding something, you know what I'm saying? But it gave him an opportunity to invest in this entrepreneurship, which was on this list. So what he did that for about 6 months. You know, 8 months, close to a year, got all the money he could out of it. Then he invested that money and got him a truck. He don't even know how to drive trucks, but he found him a driver right. While he was working in the oil field. He got the truck and put the dude in there, and now the truck is going, and he's right. Still working right now. He's working with a truck on the road. Now he got 2. That's the game. But see, we got to think outside the box. And just like you were saying, when you was thinking about welding, what made the welding one so important? Was it just because it was on the top of the list, or was it something that you always thought about?
Man, I mean, I always been like a hands-on person anyway. Okay. You know what I mean? So like, when I did see this list though, it stuck out.
It stuck out to you.
Before I was really arrested, I was already going to school for HVAC and industrial electrician.
Oh, okay. So you was already gearing yourself
right.
around that concept.
I was going to school
okay.
When I got it.
When you got arrested, okay.
I'm like, maybe I'm in the wrong field.
Exactly.
But you see, like, I ain't realized it was 6,000 technical schools in the States, you know, like.
So a lot of everything, trade-wise, yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, like, I'm going over it, like, you know what I mean?
And it says 6,000 technical schools in the United States. Did you know that? 6,000 trade schools. 6,000 trade schools. Now, you would think, in 50 states, you are actually thinking probably be a little bit more than that. If you think about the numbers, but you know, they did away with a lot of trade schools coming out of high school and stuff like that. You know, they kind of cut down back in the early 60s and 70s and 50s when people was actually getting trade schools out of high school. They'll finish high school and start their business and jump into, you know, but now it's a whole different game. It's like you got to start from the bottom to get to the top.
And you really making more money with the trades in the school nowadays, because you got people get degrees and they can't utilize it.
They can't utilize it.
And then
you still in debt.
Yeah.
And you still in debt. Now, let's break this down. Most people going to college, and this is on a majority tip. They going to college to make an average college graduate on, you know, top scale. They making about 50,000 a year.
Right.
So they say, you know, the average number is about 54,000. So, which they gonna pay off for the rest of their life. Now, you can make that same amount of money welding without having to pay anything back.
Get the trade.
Get the trade. Because you gotta think about it, bro. Because if you can get a trade,
Get the trade.
and you really want it, like you want it, you hungry, you here, you got your book pad, your laptop out, you ready to eat. You know what I'm saying?
My schedule right here.
Okay, this was the schedule for school. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you had you had everything lined out. So you was ready, you were focused. You was already on the ground. And you know what? I love to say this: proper preparation prevents piss poor performance, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you got to prepare yourself, and it's good to see you already on the grind, bro. I mean, honestly, the sky, there is no limitation. There is no limitation if you prepare yourself properly. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So it's good to see that. And I know a lot of people tend to have issues with starting from the bottom. But now, like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, now, you can literally finish welding school, a welding class. I ain't gonna say a big school, this is a school, but they got small classes. 16 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. I'm gonna throw you one that's really gonna blow your mind. I done helped people myself learn. It depends on what kind of welding you want to learn. So I teach a specific MIG, specific flux, stick, TIG, fabrication, depends on what you want to learn. So I taught 2 guys who took my week course, 1 week, 40 hours. They are now making 20 hours, 21 something an hour. Now you do the math.
It's the experience. Like you say, like if the person want that, you giving it to them, it's the experience.
It's the experience you're gonna get, and the confidence you get with doing it. So this guy, he got it, he called me, he got a state prison, got a job at Tyson's, driving Ford Pine Bluff. He's like, man, this chick, you know, I'm making some money, but this ain't, I want something better. He's like, man, I want to do something I can pass down to my son. He said, I really want to do this welding. So I was like, he said, how much you charge? I said, well, I charge $1,000 for a 40-hour course, which will take a week or 2 weeks, depending on how you want to come in. Dude was like that, man, I want to do it, man, I got to do some change. Bro, I'm going to be realistic. We made it probably about 30 hours into his class. He still had about 10 hours, maybe 12 hours left. He found a job interview and asked me, he said, hey, man, you think I can take this test? I said, yeah, you got it. Bro, he went up there, took the test, passed it. Didn't even finish the class. He said, bro, I got it. Appreciate you. Making $20-something, came down and took me out to eat.
He getting experience though.
He getting experience. Now, he get the job, so now he gonna gain more experience on the job and he get paid for it.
Exactly.
And did this, he made his money back the second week he was there. He made $20-something.
You gotta believe in yourself. Same thing with a business. You know, you got to invest in yourself.
You got to invest.
You gonna make money off it. Like you said, you gotta go get your own equipment.
You gotta get your own. And see, that's what a lot of people don't realize. Okay, yeah, that's mine. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that once you get the skill set, then start investing in yourself. Cause that's how you gonna make more money. It's like the one guy asked me, he said, man, so how did you make your most money on my first contract? When I first scored for my first contract, I was making 65 in Phoenix. My first contract was a $65 an hour contract. It didn't have, he said it probably take us a month to do it, you know, give or take. And we didn't do it on the weekend, so we just doing about 40 hours through the week, and it's a $65 contract. So how I got it was, I got the guy to pay me for my skills $30 an hour. Then by me having my own equipment, which is the welder that I showed you like that, I got him with me, so now he paying my equipment $35. So now when we pull up like a team, we make it $65, because I invested in this machine. No brainer. Change the game for me, bro. No BS. Change the game for me. That contract opened up a door where someone asked me to say, man, you been welding by your gold teeth, man, or did you get it from hustling? I said, well, my first 2 sets I got from hustling. But this set I got from welding. You know what I'm saying? This $8 grand. I got this from welding, bro. You know what I'm saying? I told my guy, I said, hey, I snatched all my other stuff out, went to a real dentist and put 8 more in there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did, you know what I'm saying? But I got it from welding. So people ask me, it was like, so how did you get into it? I said, bro, this is my culture, but I used what I had to embellish myself. I said, I invested in the trade, I invested in the equipment, and I'm out here knocking on doors.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And when you see my vehicle, because to me, there's no such thing as personal. Everything is business, Mike.
Right.
I don't care what it is, it's business. So when you see me walking around, I'm gonna be work business.
Right.
You see my vehicle, business, gonna have logos, business, everything business. So if I'm out shopping at the store, somebody might just got my phone number and needed a project done.
Yeah.
And just text me, hey man, I just seen your car, you do so and so.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many jobs I got like that, bro. People pulling up and just see the truck with the welder on it. Hey, I need some help.
I'm right.
That's how
They been looking for you.
You been looking for me.
Right up. There you go.
There you go, right there. So,
In the mindset.
so if you prepare yourself, you can't do number win, fam.
Exactly.
Can't do number win. We out, family. Y'all.